3. Let's go. Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord. Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Welcome back to the Music Circle. You're here again with me, Mark and Findi. And, it's just another week. It's another week in the post-pandemic or still pandemic world. I don't know what you want to call it. Returning to, in your case, still in my case. But for anyone who doesn't know who we are, we're the Balcony AUX Chord crew. And, all this started...
Bro.
This crew. It's just the two of us, man. It's a crew of two. Crewman 2 sounds like a good band name for some reason.
Yeah, Crewman 2.
Crewman 2. No. It has to be two-man crew.
No,
that makes more sense.
True.
I think it's Crewman True? What?
I think we should change the name of this podcast to Crewman True.
Crewman True?
2.
Not even 2?
No, Crewman 2.
Crewman True 2. Fuck, man.
Crewman 2. Yeah, okay. Exactly.
But for anyone who doesn't know, we're the podcast that kind of takes music as like a launching point for the discussion. And it all started off on my balcony. We just sat there looking out at the world, listening to music, talking over the music about anything really. And today we're going to be talking about anything which is not related to music at all. But for anyone who is interested, right? Like we're going to be talking about like Marvel stuff today. I know we just talked about superheroes a couple episodes ago, but who the fuck cares, right?
Who the fuck is watching?
Because I mean that's true too. But Spider-Man just released its trailer, so that's very topical. And Shang-Chi is like a thing right now, so it's like okay, let's see what we can talk about, But it's chill. I've had a long day. I'm pretty tired, so I might be a little slow today.
What
so
did you
Findi.
do?
Man, I've been.
How's it going?
I'll just use this moment to catch up, I guess. But me and my family opened up a new business, right? And I've been waking up early every day, like 7 a.m. every day.
Damn.
To like prepare croissants to like bake and make croffles and distribute and deliver and all that too. So it's and packaging as well. So it's like it's a whole process, and it's a learning process. Like my family is like not built for business. Like we've never done business like at all. Like we're a family of public servants. So it's like it's like very bureaucratic, and we get that. Like we understand the system, but like when it comes to like selling products to people, like system? We don't like. Well, what the fuck? What is this? What's happening? But it is quite fun, but also quite tiring, and I'm just like talking post that whole day, so I'm a little tired, but it's okay. It's okay.
How many croissants did you make?
Ooh, man. So we opened for 3 days now. I think we already sold like 190 croissants.
And you made all those croissants?
Yeah. So we're making croffles right now. If you don't know what that is that you get a like croissant dough, and then you put it into a waffle maker, or waffle iron, and then So what we do at my place, that we have 2 flavors right now. So we have a maple glaze. So it's like a really crisp like maple syrup glaze that I kind of made the recipe for. It's like not just a simple syrup. And there's also a churro one as well, because I miss Disneyland a lot. But churros.
Churro.
Do you like churros, Afindi, or you never had it?
I just like penis. Anything penis shaped. It just reminds me of penis. And
anything phallic.
Anything phallic. It reminds me of happier times in my life.
Right.
When I did that a lot.
Right. Churros or the penis?
But with the Delta variant, you can't just go around sucking dick,
Right.
Yeah, even if you're double vaccinated, it's not safe.
You gotta have that vaccine passport.
Yeah, you gotta get a booster vaccine shot, a 3rd booster vaccine shot, and then you can suck. Which is
you can right suck. Now it's not getting sucked. You can only suck.
Yeah, if you wanna, like
if you
friend
if you want to get stuck, you have to stay at 2.
A friend of mine got chlamydia, and I hit him in the balls. True story. It was so funny. I see him. He's like, bro, my dick hurts so much.
But did your friend actually get chlamydia, or are you joking?
Yeah, my friend got chlamydia. I was like, hey, I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up? And he was like, oh yeah, like I went to the doctor the other day.
Yeah.
And they stuck, you know, the COVID thing that they stick in your nose?
Yeah, they stuck it in his penis.
COVID? They stuck it down his urethra.
Oh no.
And he was like, yeah, man, like the doctor just took my dick and it was already hurting. He was like, it hurts to touch it.
Oh my god.
And then
so painful.
And then yeah, they stuck it looks like a spaghetti noodle. Like uncooked spaghetti noodle. That's what he said. He was like, they stuck it down his dick.
Oh my god.
And then the doctor started jerking him off.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Well, no.
Now you're just lying. Now you're just fucking with me.
No, I don't. This is what he said, I swear.
All right.
I can't make this up. This doctor was like, he wasn't jerking it off, but it was like, you know, touching the thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like this. To get the swab of the inside of his penis. Right. But he's okay now. He's good now. He told me he jerked off for the first time
in months.
and he was like, it was beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I started the morning with that story.
Quite an interesting story.
So if you're still here,
also quite an interesting story post our talk with Rocket Man. like 2 extremely different personalities.
Yeah. So what if someone like
just try to just like you know listen to us?
They saw that episode and they're like, oh, let's check out their latest stuff. Let's check out their latest stuff. And like the first 2 minutes, this guy is talking about his friend who has chlamydia with an uncooked pasta. Just sat down.
Is it fettuccine? Is it angel hair? Is it spaghetti?
It's spaghetti.
It's spaghetti? Okay.
It's spaghettoni, the thick spaghetti.
It's
what's the one with
bucatini?
Yeah, what's the with the hole in the middle?
The hole,
right?
Yeah, it's bucatini.
That one's my favorite pasta.
Oh yeah, dude,
is that your favorite pasta?
It's my favorite one. Yeah, for sure.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It
has like it has the firmness that you want out of pasta. So it's like
it's like good. This thick, bro. It's sick.
Yeah. So they put a bucatini in there.
Yeah, they put a bucatini. It was
rough.
Crazy.
That's rough.
Yeah. Man. He's good now. I was like, what color is it? He was like, it was like a shade of red and purple.
Oh my god. So this is not what I wanted to hear before I go to bed. But you know, that's just the human body, man. That's the human body.
Life.
That's life.
The lesson I think that we can take away from this.
Yes.
Is to use protection.
Oh, for sure. PSA, use protection.
Yeah, when you're having sex with a stranger, to protect yourself first.
Of course. So wear goggles. So wear goggles. Forget the condom.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how you didn't know that?
Obviously.
You know, chlamydia. It's an eye. It gets in the eye and then it affects the penis.
Pink eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing glasses, your chances of getting it is already low.
Like you don't want pink eye, but chlamydia. Okay, sure. You know, but like pink eye, no. So wear goggles. No, anyways. I'm serious though. Wear a condom.
Yeah,
be protected.
It's good for you. It's good for you.
It's good for you. It's good for you, man. All right. And, so that's the podcast today.
There's different size condoms.
Oh no! Yeah.
If your dick's too small, get a small condom.
Right. I like how you're going really deep into this. That's what she said.
Oh. It's only fitting that we go very deep into this, or not very deep in our case.
Yeah.
All right. What are you
hungry? What was that?
I'm sorry. What are we talking about today?
So hungry.
No, I'm just thinking about the guy with chlamydia, and I'm just like, it's very tough.
Right, it's tough. It's a tough life to have chlamydia. But I'm not shaming or anything. It is just part of
If you get chlamydia, get on antibiotics.
Yeah, man. You can
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know
No
how
shaming.
do you treat that shit.
I'm not too sure. I'm sure it is like antibiotics though, right? And I'm sure
because it is a bacteria, right?
Yeah, I think so. But no shaming whatsoever. But
No shaming.
but
Yeah.
but do stay protected. Okay. Anyways.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about today? Did I just go off about chlamydia for?
Oh yeah, definitely. We wanted to talk about kind of like the abstract universe of the Marvel MCU, I guess you can call it. But I mean, because like Spider-Man released its own trailer, as well as Shang-Chi being like a whole thing right now. I don't know where we want to start. Maybe we want to start about Spider-Man, because I'm more interested in the Spider-Man conversation, if anything.
Right.
But let's see how it goes. But Spider-Man, what are your takes? Okay, first of all, for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. We're gonna talk about some spoilers in it, so go do your thing. Or if you don't wanna, watch the trailer, just stop listening right now. Or you haven't been listening for the past 10 minutes. It's all good. Findi, so what are your thoughts on the recent trailer release?
I was really excited. So my friend Ben, like my friend from like my childhood best friend from
Right.
Ottawa, is visiting me. I think he's probably asleep upstairs or awake taking a shit. I don't fucking know. But he's here right now. And he's like one of the reasons I got really into like superhero movies and stuff was because we watched a lot of the MCU movies like growing up, like together. Like we've seen so many of those.
How many though? It would be like,
well, like Iron Man started in Iron Man started in 2008 and we met in 2009.
Oh,
so a lot of the movies since then we've seen together.
Sure.
And he's a big like nerd fucking like he's like this is what he's about.
Nerd, bro.
Yeah, this comic book shit is what he's about. So he knows he doesn't just watch the movies.
He reads it. Okay.
He knows the history. He reads all the stories and stuff.
For sure. Okay.
And we watched the trailer together. We watched the trailer together, and
what was the
sick.
reception?
Like,
yeah,
I was really excited. I mean,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think this is the right path to take with the next phase of like the MCU, because like
this is the
multiverse
like, shit. Yeah,
with like Marvel, like multiverse stuff is like, it's so like part of it. It's such a big part of like superhero universes. It's like having a multiverse, or having like like it's bigger than just Earth. Basically, in the grand scheme of things, is like
at first it was like, okay, there's aliens now, and there's the whole universe now, but now it's a multiverse, so there's infinite storylines that you can pursue, which is kind of smart as fuck.
Pretty sick. It's pretty sick.
It's pretty cool,
dude. They also, I mean, I think it's really cool how they're merging. Well, I don't know if they're merging it, but it seems like they're merging all of the past Spider-Mans together. And dude, like okay, there's not a lot of examples of where that, like, there's like past movies where like Disney wasn't part of it yet. Like Fantastic Four is one of them. Maybe that they bring it back, but I mean Chris Evans is Human Torch in that one.
Yeah,
so it's a little awkward. But
they told didn't they buy Fox? So the X-Men, I think, and the Fantastic Four. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they could come back. If they do Fantastic Four, like, are they gonna get Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan's also Killmonger.
Right. It's a little awkward with that franchise in particular. But I think it's a good idea. I mean, I like multiverse like kind of like approach to it. Like they started it off with, was it Loki or was it Yeah, it was Loki, right? Loki was the beginning of like the multiverse kind of.
Oh, I think it was WandaVision. I'm not sure.
No, I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure. I'm
No,
not
no.
sure.
WandaVision did her own force field stuff, so she did her own like, kind of like, I think it's opening up to a different kind of like pathway. It's like the more supernatural stuff, is it? Or maybe not. I don't know.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
I mean, she's meant to be Magneto's daughter, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like maybe, but like, I kind of doubt it.
She's
But,
like she's supposed to be a mutant,
mm,
but I think in the Marvel movies, because they hadn't owned Fox yet,
mm-hmm.
they couldn't do
shit!
mutants.
Maybe.
So her powers
Uh-huh.
came from the Tesseract. I think
Uh-huh.
that's what Ben was saying.
Right.
Her powers came from the Tesseract, but in the actual Scarlet Witch, she's a mutant. She was just
Mhm.
born. She's built different. That's all.
She's built different, like LeBron James.
Yeah, she's built different.
She's the LeBron James of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But I mean, wouldn't it be cool that they did like a multiverse with like the X-Men, like through Wanda, like Wanda as like the branching point?
Sick,
Dude, that'd be
bro.
so cool. That'd be
so
it was
sick.
like, oh, these parents are like, the parents that were in that cameo when like they were in like, their country and they got bombed to bits.
Mhm.
Their parents.
Mhm.
Maybe that was like, fake parents or something. Like
Mhm.
like caretakers from Magneto or something. That'd be fucking dope, bro. And the real Magneto is
It
either
doesn't even matter.
It's either Fassbender or what's his name? Ian McKellen is his name?
Yeah. Sir Ian.
Yeah, Sir Ian. So that'd be cool either way, but I think Sir Ian's a little old now, but
Yeah, he's a little crusty.
dude, it's pretty sick, man. Like the possibilities are endless. But let's
Exactly.
go. But let's go back to Spider-Man.
The trailer.
Like, specifically
What did
for a second.
you think?
So the standout to me, obviously, like anyone else, is Doc Ock, right? And Doc Ock is like a huge. Well, he's the villain in Spider-Man 2 with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And like that movie brings back a lot of memories, first of all, because I remember as a kid when it released, my friends, they had these guys were twins, and they booked out the whole cinema, like they booked out the whole like theater, and these were expensive seats too, like these weren't like cheap seats or anything, but like they booked out the whole thing and hosted like a party, and we had like a whole like birthday party of theirs there, and it was so cool. I remember as like a kid, I was like, wow, they booked out a whole theater. Oh wow! And then we watched Spider-Man 2 or something. Like it was such a awestruck kind of like moment as a child. But that movie, I like it a lot. Like in my opinion,
that was the best. Like
I think that's
Maguire Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best out of the three. One. Yeah. Out of the three that Tobey did.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know. Like how do you feel about the first Spider-Man?
It was a little awkward, I think. I think it's natural just because no one kind of knew how to, how the characters were. Like they haven't really, exactly. Like the superhero movie genre wasn't really a thing yet. And like
so
also,
they just made
like,
it cheesy as fuck.
Yeah, it was like super cheesy. It was like very like on the nose.
I was watching it again.
Yeah.
Like a few months ago, and I was just like, I remember being just like, how the fuck did they sell this? And it got huge. Oh yeah. And I was like, there's never been like a good Spider-Man movie. And it's all been like that, like the Batman movies.
Oh yeah.
Like with George Clooney
They're
and stuff.
They're all cheesy, dude.
It was just kind of was just like
that was just how they did it. Exactly. Like how they thought about like superhero movies was like very on the nose, very like melodramatic, very like and I mean to some degree it was like a transition point, I think, in my opinion. It's like still has those elements, but coming into like a new kind of like storytelling. But like still like I feel like it was awkward. James Franco as well. Like I feel like James Franco was very awkward in that movie. And I think in general just like it was just a little awkward. I still think it's not the worst one out of the three. I think the third one is the worst in my opinion. But 2 takes it from me just because like Doc Ock has like a redemption arc, I think. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. Doc Ock is pretty cool.
Yeah, he becomes a good guy in the end, right? He's like, oh yeah, he saves the city by sinking the reactor or whatever.
And died.
Yeah. So it's like, there's an arc, and I think that's pretty dope. Like, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the universe because Doc Ock is a huge part of Spider-Man. Like Green Goblin and Doc Ock are like huge part of his story. And like one thing that I really don't like about how Disney did the Spider-Man thing was that they skipped the whole origin story, which is fair. I mean, they decided that like, oh, people already know the origin story. It's too like, cliche. Yeah. I get that. But with that, they also took out the classic characters, which is like, the Goblin is the arch enemy of Spider-Man. So it's like to take out. It's like taking out the Joker to the Batman. It's like, oh, goddamn! Like, come on.
The only like Spider-Man, I guess, villain was Falcon.
Yep, that's it. And that was Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah, like pretty unconventionally, I guess.
Yeah, it was done not on the nose. Like he didn't seem like the Falcon. Like it wasn't like throughout the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
And also, he wasn't even like the character, right? Like, isn't like the Falcon meant to be like a scientist, like an actual lab, like very smart guy?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Right? Like he was meant to be working under the Osborn family, I think.
Yeah, I can check it if you want.
No, it's fine. Don't have to check it. But like, I think that's right. Like he's like a doctor, but like in the Disney movies. He's like Michael Keaton as like a criminal or something, right?
Yeah, as a like a construction worker.
Yeah, exactly. Which was like
someone who owns a construction company.
Okay, I was like the arc was a little weird too for that guy.
Yeah, but it was. I thought Homecoming was a really good movie.
Homecoming was pretty good. Yeah, I think Homecoming is the better one out of the two.
I think within the Marvel universe, the Spider-Man story is the most like realistic. Like, because he becomes essentially a superhero with like all this tech because like it was Tony Stark who like helped him,
right? And
I think it's the Spider-Man story that is the most like realistic, like in the contemporary world, I guess, in the world that we live in, and within the Marvel, it was just like I don't think it could have been done good in any other way. Other than him, like, being found by, like, Tony Stark and made into an Avenger, and then...
Sure.
And then now he becomes his own superhero.
Well, I guess I'm sure that Spider-Man, like, Peter Parker will eventually become the leader of the Avengers at some point, like, in the MCU, because that is the arc. Like, he is the leader of, like, the Avengers at some point, because he's, like, the guy who takes the torch from Tony, literally. So it's it's interesting. Like out of the 3 Spider-Men that we have seen, which one is your favorite?
Tom Holland. He's the best.
Tom Holland. Yeah, I agree. I think like he fits the role the best, I think.
Yeah, because okay, how do you feel about the Tobey Maguire is just awkward.
Yeah, no. He's too old to be a teenager. Like he looked old.
Well, he looked 30, man. Like this guy looks like he's already like.
Oh yeah, he had like kids. Like he looked like he had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was definitely. He didn't look the part for Peter Parker. He didn't who was like part. Meant to be like an awkward. I mean, he was awkward, but like
but not very.
Yeah. It was not redeeming, I think. Like he was not awkward in a redeeming way.
He was kind of like a nice guy, like you know what I mean, like a nice guy. Whereas like I thought Spider-Man, like the character, like I'm not at all knowledgeable about I guess like comic book history and stuff.
Right. No, but
he's supposed to be bantery. Like he's supposed to be like
exactly
kind of funny, like an awkward, funny kid that would just make like jokes, but like a nice kid.
Yes. You know? And that's the problem with most of the content that, you know, actually most of the Spider-Mans have. Like I think with the exception of the Tom Holland one, it's like getting better with like the quips like the funny quips all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting better, but it's not there yet, you know? Like I want the same level of quips as like Deadpool kind of.
Yeah.
Cuz like Spider-Man is that character. It's like, you know, like it like fourth wall like talks to the audience, or like it's like, you know, it's funny. Like it's a funny character, and like the first two Spider-Men were not that at all. They were dramas, in my opinion, right? They were trying to portray like this, you know, story. There's storytelling in a different way. But yeah, I think that, I don't know, man. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I thought what do you think about the second one, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
It was alright. I mean, was there one or two? I forget all the time.
There was 2 movies.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for him because people forget about that one. Like people just forgot, like straight.
Because it was the in between.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
and like, you know, he wasn't like recognized as like, you know, anything really. Like Tobey was recognized as the pioneer, you know, and then Tom is the current and the best. But I don't know, man.
Kind of sucks. I thought his Spider-Man was a bit too cool.
I think so too.
Like it was like hipster Spider-Man. It was skater boy hipster Spider-Man. Like edgy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's what's supposed to happen. Like that's
right.
You know,
right. Yeah.
He wasn't really likable, I think. Like he wasn't. You know, he was just like not everyone saw themselves in him. Where I guess like that's the whole idea of Spider-Man, was that like he was just like this kid who happened to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And like he got bit, and then he just has superpowers, and then this whole thing of like, oh, like great power comes great responsibility. It's just like, oh, like he's just a kid, he's got bit, and now he has to step up. To all this shit, and that's what the character is about, right?
Yeah. And,
but Andrew Garfield was cool as fuck. He was a skateboarder, like, you know, he was a hipster.
Yeah, he looked cool. Like he like gymmed, like he went to the gym at least like twice a week or something.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think he fit the role either. He was like too much. I think they saw the feedback from the Tobey one, like they were like, oh, he's too awkward, so they went in the other direction.
Lame. Yeah.
But I think they hit a nice spot with Tom in terms of like being smart, like very like, you know, he knows what he's doing. He's like he seems smart, and also like not too cool, awkward. You know, doesn't get the girl all the time. Doesn't, you know, and funny at some points, and also can be emotional at some points. Like it's got the range there, but I to me, I'd want it to be more comedic at times, just because Spider-Man to me kind of represents that kind of character. But you know, I mean, to me, I kind of see like Deadpool as like a rated R version of Spider-Man. So it's like it would be nice if we had like a Spider-Man, like like it would be fun if like this one had a lot of quips, just like everyone, all the Spider-Men doing just like fucking back and forth, like funny shit. I mean, not to mention like the other Spider-Man too, like, you know, Miles Morales might be popping up somewhere. That'd be cool. Ghost, what is it? Ghost Spider, what is it? The white, like Gwen, you know, Gwen becomes
Spider-Gwen. I don't fucking know.
Spider-Gwen? Yeah, I think sometimes he's called that, but I mean, Ghost or something. But
that was a cool character.
There's that. I like that character a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's like Spider Pig from the Spider-Verse. That was a good movie too. Like that was actually, if anything,
I think
that
was my favorite. That was my favorite Spider-Man movie.
If anything, that's probably the best Spider-Man movie out of all of them. Yeah. Actually,
I think it was so well. Like, someone who's like into like animation and anime, and just anything animated, like it was beautiful.
Like when I first watched it, I was like a little skeptical from the first 5 minutes. I was just like, oh, this art style is like different. You know, it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like comic-y, kind of like patchy a little bit. I don't know how to call it, but I was like skeptical. I was like, how am I gonna be able to watch this for like 2 hours or something? And then I kept watching it. I was like, okay, this is great. This is like this is a great medium to kind of like
it was really cool. if you like that art
Mm.
style, I don't know if you know this. There's this show on Netflix. It's called Love, Death, Robots.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, so yeah, like go on Netflix, like I guess when you're free, and there's a show called Love, Death, Robots.
Mm.
And in one of the episodes, it was the creators of so Love, Death, Robots is basically like a show that
Mm.
has just small little episodes of short like animated like movies, and the theme has to either be about love, death, and robots, and it's rated R. So
Oh,
anything
wow.
goes. There's sex, there's
Wow.
all the good stuff.
Okay. Love,
Yeah.
Death, and Robots?
Love, death. So the theme has to be about one of the two, like
Wow.
brutal death, robots, or love. And it's short, and it's not a story. It's just like
Mhm.
a compilation of just short animated movies.
It's just
that are
like they just told their interns to like produce something.
Yeah,
like
they
all of
just-
them like an internship.
just produce
to do
here's some
something.
money, do something. Because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of animated stuff is usually like
Oh,
geared
for
towards
sure.
kids, right?
For sure.
In the West, at least.
Yeah.
Like in the West,
Mm.
anything animated is for kids. But
Mm.
the idea of Love, Death, and Robots was to make shit for like adults to enjoy.
Sure.
That's animated, and it's
Sure.
fucking sick. I'll send you like
That's good.
There's
Yeah,
a
no,
ton,
please do.
but
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good. And one of the episodes was the makers or the art directors or animators that did Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
And it's in the same style, but it's a really dark story
Oh
about like
no.
a prostitute and shit, and it's pretty good.
Oh no. Okay. This sounds really interesting. Okay, I have to watch
It's really
it.
good. Yeah.
Love, Sex, and Robots. Wait, or Love,
Love,
Death.
Death,
Love,
Robots.
Death, and Robots.
The sex is under the love.
Okay.
ca-
I mean, it could be
category,
under.
but there's a lot of like just
Okay.
animated sex stuff. You like it.
Someone drew a robot dick.
Yes, that you might see a robot dick. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Looking
just keep
forward to
watching.
it. Looking forward to it.
But yeah, what were we
but-
talking about?
But what what else in the trailer
into-
kind of stood out to you? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Easter eggs, right?
Yeah,
Like there's I think Green Goblin is back straight up. Like the
the
grenade.
little-
yeah.
yeah.
The grenade is meant to be a Green
I
Goblin
hope it's
reference.
William Dafoe.
I hope so too. I don't know
'Cause
how
I hope it's not Dave Franco. I mean, what's his
James
name?
Franco.
James Franco.
Yeah, no. I don't.
I
want
hope
that
it's
to
not
happen.
James Franco.
No,
Like,
no,
fuck
no.
James Franco, bro.
Yeah. No.
This is like a weird fucking guy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But considering as well now that he's been
he
uncovered
got
at a
Me
sex
Too,
event.
too.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised. I was like, look at him, bro. This guy, it was gonna happen to him
Yeah.
at
This
some
guy
point.
looks like he
like you knew.
crossed some lines. you
Yeah,
know?
like this
Yeah.
guy already looks like a sex offender, low key.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
But yeah, no, I want him to. I want William Dafoe. Is that his name? William Dafoe
Willem
to be Green Goblin as well. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he is older now, so he's not gonna look the same. Like he's gotta look older, right?
Oh, I think they do CGI like on.
Oh, they do?
on,
Oh, they-
on Doc Ock. On Doc Ock,
Oh,
like
yeah,
it seemed
they
it
did.
seemed a little. He was like, I was like, how do you look the same as when I was 5?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
de-aging.
Yeah.
I was watching. So the Mandalorian, they come out with the gallery as well. If you know what that is, like it's the behind the scenes of how they made
Oh,
the Mandalorian.
right, yeah. My roommate was talking about this. Yeah.
And they just released an episode of the last episode of the Mandalorian. Have you watched it? I don't want to spoil it.
No.
Wait, you haven't watched? No, the last episode of the Mandalorian.
I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it.
You
I've
haven't
only-
watched the Mandalorian?
I haven't seen it, bro. I mean, I've seen like an episode or two.
Okay. Anyhow, the point is there's some de-aging tech that they talk about in that. But they also it's the same people who come from the Marvel producers.
Yeah.
So like they were just like talking about how like de-aging and like deep fake is like such a thing now, and that like
Deep fake.
you know there's many techniques to kind of make you look younger like on screen.
Yeah.
It was just really fascinating.
Yeah.
So if anyone's interested in that kind of stuff, like go listen to that.
So I don't think it's gonna be an issue, right? Like all these old
I guess
actors
so. Yeah.
playing the same people.
Yeah, and also when they put the mask on, like who the fuck cares? It could be CG, it could be a stunt double.
Anyone. Yeah,
it doesn't really matter anymore. Which probably will be the case, just because like it's harder to animate and pay for the rendering of a deepfake than is to just put a guy in a stunt double. That's probably cheaper. But I mean, I heard people saw Electro in it, so Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, but his I saw the Electro and like honestly like Jamie Foxx's Electro wasn't great. I didn't really
exactly.
It was just kind of I don't know. I saw it and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like I was more critical because I had become like a teen at the time that the movie came out.
Right.
So I was like watching movies and not being like, oh fuck, Spider-Man, let's go. Now I was like,
yeah. Wait, who was the villain of the Andrew Garfield one apart from Jamie Foxx? So Jamie Foxx was one of them.
So see, the movie is so like it was the lizard, bro.
Oh right, you're right. Okay,
yeah, was,
so lizard in part
remember.
1, lizard in part 1, Electro in part 2.
Yeah, it was the lizard.
Okay, so it's Doctor something. Doctor.
Yeah, he was experimenting with like bioengineering,
geckos and shit. Yeah,
and then he became a fucking lizard.
Yeah, he was trying to grow back his arm or something. Right?
He was trying to grow something back for his kid or something.
What? I thought it was his arm. Okay, so typically the story is that like he lost his arm, then he was like, oh, lizards can grow back their tails, so I'm gonna use their DNA to test out my arm and shit. I was like,
and then he became a fucking lizard, bro.
Then he became lizard. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that. Kind of weird.
Yeah, see how like not impactful that movie was.
Very forgettable actually.
Remember
in the moment you watch it was like entertaining, but like it is what it is. Like okay,
yeah,
it's like a movie.
a lot of movies like do you remember like how like you can tell if a movie's impactful is that after you come out of the theater,
if you start talking about it,
if you start talking or thinking about it for like a few days, then it's like it's an impactful movie for you. I felt like even if it was Spider-Man, like I saw it and I wasn't super like into it.
For sure.
But it's Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man is meant to be a big deal for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But personally, I like out of the two, Lizard and Electro, I'd have Electro just to make the reference of like bringing all the Spider-Verses together, like just to make the reference of having those villains kind of join forces.
Yeah.
And maybe Sandman as well, or maybe Venom. But I don't like the Venom. Like,
Okay, so apparently, did you see the second trailer for Venom? The Venom 2?
Tom Hardy one?
Yeah. So they're making a second one.
Oh, okay. I didn't even watch the first one.
Did you didn't watch it?
No.
I think you might like it.
Okay.
It's entertaining, but it's not like one of the very like,
sure.
like you come out of like a Marvel, an Avengers movie.
But this is like a Fox movie, right? Like it's not like them, right?
It's not a Sony. It's like a Sony.
So, all right, yeah, Sony. Sony has a stake in
this. This is what Ben was he was telling me. I don't remember the detail exactly, but apparently Sony and like Marvel are doing this thing where they're sharing the character of Spider-Man.
They are sharing
and Sony plans on doing like a Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, and Marvel's not really involved with that and stuff, but somehow in some Marvel movies, like Venom might show up or something. Like apparently in this movie, like he might have an interaction with Tom Hardy or something. I'm not sure.
Interesting. I mean, okay. I can see that happening, but I can also see Disney kind of playing the fast game a little bit. Like they're like pushing this agenda so that they can be the prime source of Spider-Man universe in their universe, in the Disney universe. Like first to the table, like they're first to the table to make this movie. So like they have the recognition of everyone that like this is the Spider-Man universe, you know, and not the other one, which is being developed by Sony. So maybe it's a business move too, but I don't know. I didn't
weird.
read into this.
It's very weird. I'm just glad that they reached a kind of like a deal, because for some time, remember there was some time when they were afraid.
Oh yeah, it's like
they
a
were
lot
going
of
to
things.
scrap
Yeah,
Tom Holland Spider-Man because Sony didn't want Marvel to use it, and then Marvel wasn't making like a lot of money, I guess, because Sony owns the character.
Yeah,
yeah. Apparently, like it was very like, I think the reason Sony owns Spider-Man is because I think like Marvel was about to go bankrupt like a few decades ago. And they were like, oh, what the fuck are we gonna do? Let's sell our most like popular character into like a studio.
to different studios. Yeah.
And made, I guess, Spider-Man 1.
Right.
And then now that like Marvel has Marvel Studios, I guess, and it's Disney now. Or Marvel Studios, I don't really know how it works.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough because Sony's like, they were, being a little tough. Do you remember when Civil War came out and we?
I do. I watched that.
Spider-Man was in the trailer, I think.
Yes, I did. It was like a big deal.
Crazy.
It was a big deal. I think he caught the shield or something, right? Like that was in the trailer. He caught Captain America's shield and he's like, "Oh, here you go. I'm Spider-Man, guys."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was like a bit. I think we were in like second year. We saw that movie together, I think.
No, we did. I watched this in San Francisco.
San Fran?
Yeah, I watched it in San Fran. I remember because I came out the theater watching it after with my sister, and I was like, that was pretty bad.
like you didn't like Civil War?
No, it was just like they were trying to make Captain America look so good, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, what is this guy talking about? Friendship? What is this, man? You're talking about world security. Come on, man. You're trading up everything for friendship.
No, that was the thing. I was arguing with, I remember at home. And then he was like, oh, like, damn, like, he was like, and I was like, I mean, I'm with Tony Stark on this one. Like, how are you? Like, realistically.
Right. And
like, how are you gonna have like super powered
exactly
people just roaming around doing whatever they want?
Exactly.
And I was like, how does that make sense? But I guess the point of the story is that you can see both sides. But I can't really see
but
Captain
because because it is a Captain America movie, it pushed the agenda of Captain America more.
Being the good guy,
being the good guy, helping out his friends, freedom, like self-determination of everyone and stuff like that, like that was. Which, like,
if you think about it, is very un-American, first of all.
No. I think it's very American in the narrative, but very un-American in the operational side of it. Because American, if that makes any sense. Like what American stands for as in terms of like self-determination, freedom, friendship, honor, brotherhood. And then on the other hand, they're like leaving Afghanistan. Meddling in Afghanistan, like doing like shit like that.
That's very tough.
Right. So, I mean, it was just funny when I watched it. I was like, what is this? What's happening right now?
I thought it was a good movie because I like to see like good guys fight each other. I thought that was funny.
Sure.
Like even within a group of like a gang of like good guys, there can be differences in ideology. And I love that they explored that. And also they introduced Black Panther, which was a fucking sick character.
True. Like, okay, like maybe I say I didn't like it just because of the Captain America thing. Like I have to rewatch it again to really
I think it like I don't know if you like it if you watch it, but I think you can definitely appreciate the level of like the difference in like political ideology
for sure,
but being like it's a very like political superhero movie.
Yeah, like I don't know. I remember being like one of the only ones to be like, "Oh, I'm Team Tony," and all my friends were like, "What the fuck you talking about, bro?"
And I was like, "Oh, like come on, man! Like, how are you?" They blew up Sokovia.
They blew up a fucking country.
And like I saw it and I was just like, Tony, the whole time I was like, Tony Stark is right. Like, there was a scene where the mom of like this kid who was volunteering in Sokovia came, and then she was like, oh, like who's gonna be responsible for this?
Yeah.
Who is to blame? Like, there needs to be accountability and stuff like that.
For sure. No.
And then he was just wrestling with the idea. He was like, oh fuck.
Right. I
don't know. Like Iron Man's character development arc in that movie was fucking crazy. Because in Ultron, that's what he did, right? He wanted to make like a robot system.
Yeah.
That like was kind of privatized. Like it wasn't public. So
yes,
the government didn't like have power over like Ultron system. Like Tony just wanted to do things like Captain America did.
Right.
Like no interference. Like nothing. No interference, right? And then it backfired. They killed a fuck ton of people.
Yeah.
So now he's like, okay, like we need to be kept in check.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that makes sense. Like
that makes sense.
That's perfectly valid.
Yin yang, man. Yin up and down, bro. Come on. But okay, I'm a little conscious of time. Let's talk about Shang-Chi for a second. So that's the upcoming movie. I think it's out this month. Am I wrong in saying that?
No way, really?
Yeah, like I'm already seeing like debut kind of red carpet walks already. So I think it's like this month. I don't know too much about it. And I'm sure, I don't think you know too much about it. No. Considering you were just surprised by the debut. When is it coming out?
When is it coming out?
I mean, I thought, okay, I'll wait until you see it. But
soon.
Anyways, soon. Okay.
Soon, yeah.
The point is that I wanted to bring up, right, was that there was this whole, I don't know if you saw this at any point on like the Next Shark Asian post Instagram thing. I don't know if it came up for you at all. I kind of don't like that. We talked about it, but there was I saw it from them too, because these things don't get on my radar unless like someone reposted it or something. But the point was that the new CEO of Disney, Bob Peckett or something his name is, he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna use Shang-Chi as like an experiment to see like the profit margins on like Disney Plus and theaters and stuff like that. And then Simu Liu, is that his name? He came out and he was like, we are not an experiment. This is a celebration of like diversity. Like, you know, you cannot use this, you know, it was like a very like, you know, like, I mean, I think he's right though in saying that, because like, like you can't just be like, this is the one and first, like the first shot for Asians to like be like the main thing. Like you can't just say that it's like an experiment, you know?
I don't think he like had race in mind at all.
Oh, yeah.
But he was just so unaware of
literally white privilege. No, but this is literally the definition of white privilege.
Like you don't think you don't think think about these
it doesn't
things.
Even get onto your radar that it's not okay to say that, right? Yeah. Like that's the level of like,
and and I'm sure he didn't
mean it. Like
he was just like, it's another superhero movie.
Yeah. He was just like, from a business standpoint. Like I'm pretty sure he meant it from a business standpoint. But you know, when you're in that status, not as a CEO, but as a white person, as a white male. You know, you kind of like you don't catch on to these things where like other minorities feel the heat. You know, when you like say that, like, oh fuck, okay, but already it's already stirring the pot a little bit, right, with the movie. So it's getting me interested in what it has to offer.
Yeah, who the fuck is the PR agent of like, who let him say that, man? That's tough. Right? I thought that these guys like in like really big like positions and stuff, like I thought they had like a whole team, you know, that like, oh, like what should you say, what should you not say,
right?
And I guess, bro, this is why they need to hire fucking more diverse, man. Like you need perspective on these things. Like you can't just come in and just say whatever the fuck you're thinking. Like
very true.
And expect there to be no lashback. Like you have to take so many things into consideration.
Very true. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I didn't get on the radar.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, but I'm excited for this movie. It'll be sick.
I'm okay
someone
with
who kind of looks. No, I think I'm purely excited just because it's an Asian guy and like the only Asian character in fucking Marvel is fucking Wong and Ned. Both sidekicks. The two sidekicks.
Two sidekicks.
You know how the new Spider-Man movie is a white guy and an Asian sidekick always. But like I don't know, like I want to feel like the main character. I want to be
that'd be dope.
Represented as the main character. It'll be sick, you know.
Yeah, man. Like,
but Aquafina's cool in it, and I kind of I find her so fucking annoying.
I don't find her that annoying, but I mean, like, she plays the same character. We talked about this on a previous podcast, she's but like she gets typecasted a lot.
As the funny Asian, like
funny Asian, funny dragon, funny anything. But you know, I mean, it's Hollywood, man. Hollywood be typecasting people, and it sucks. And it sucks a lot. I mean, you know, my take on it, right, is that to me, it looks like a 19, like a Chinese movie. Like when we grew up seeing as children, cool. Well, okay, let me finish first. I wasn't going to go down that route. You don't like when people wear like slings and they fly through the air with like swords and shit and like start like doing backflips and shit. Like to me, like that's like the epitome of like cheesy, old school Chinese kind of like film, right? Hong Kong film and stuff like that. So to see this and like also the experience of watching Mulan, which is basically a Nanjing but with Western aesthetics. Yeah. So I was like, I'm quite doubtful on like the action. I really hope that it's not. I really hope that they make it cool. You know, they kind of like, you know, they do their own thing with it. I really hope they don't be like, oh, we have to be like diverse and like accept all of the fucking art forms and like incorporate like the slings and stuff like that. I'm like, oh no, bro.
Okay.
Because they did that with Mulan. They were like, oh yeah, we gotta respect like, you know, like how the film is like made and like, you know, I'm like, come on, man, just do your own thing, dude. Like I don't want to watch it. I don't mind
that. I don't mind that as much. It's just I think you just associate it with like that.
Because I've been watching it all my life. That's the thing.
I didn't grow up watching it, so like when I watch like for example, what's that really Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Sure.
It was that.
No, that's cool though, Findi.
And then I was like, oh, this is sick. Like
right.
If it's like that kind of like those action sequences and those stunts and stuff, I think that would be fucking sick. But I don't know.
No. I mean, my house watches like at least back in the day, like I would watch like a lot of like old school like Chinese kind of film and stuff like that. So it's like Monggon Yok and stuff like that too. You know, it's like very cheesy, kind of like the sword wobbles in the air, kind of like and then they would fight for like, you know, 7 days around a mountain or something. Like literally, like I'm like, okay. But I mean, I really hope they do their own rendition of it and like kind of you know. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Other than that, I don't know much about the story of Shang-Chi too much.
I don't think it's gonna sell. Yeah.
I know that they what was it? What clan is he from? He's from like a death assassin tribe thing. What's it called? I forget. Like I know the story of this thing, but I forgot the name. But it's like a clan tribe hidden club. The 10 circles, 10 rings. But basically it's the same thing from the first movie in Iron Man 1. So it's like Iron Man 1 referenced it.
Yeah, the 10 rings or something.
Yeah, the 10 rings and like this clan, this, you know, this triad thing.
I'll ask my friend about it.
Yeah. You know, ask him about it. I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but you know, if anyone's listening, correct me. But if you're probably not, but it's okay.
It's that. Yeah, I remember. It was in Iron Man 3 as well. Remember?
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, the Mandarin, right? The Mandarin.
Yeah,
like,
but it was. I think it was just done really badly. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 was rough. very rough. But I mean, I'm guessing you're excited with Shang-Chi. You're good.
I think so. I think I don't have big
Any problem with
expectations
it?
for it.
Yeah, I have no expectations for it. I think I just hope that it's better. I hope it's good. It's like decent. That's it. That's all I hope for, you know? It's kind of like I have the same feeling with Captain Marvel. It's like the same kind of hype for me. It's like, okay, just be decent. I don't know.
I wasn't even Captain Marvel. It took me a while to go see. I was just like,
Yeah.
Black Widow.
But that's the same feeling I have. Like it's like I don't have to watch it right now. Like I'll watch it when it comes out. Like whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Even us as Asians, we're just like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh yeah, it's amazing. I'm just like, it don't make sense. It's cool. He was in Kim's Convenience though.
Yeah.
I think he's Canadian.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's also partly because it's like a new story, quote unquote new. I don't know how they're gonna link it up, but like it's so like out of the Avengers circle that like it's hard for people to associate it with anything. So it's like, okay, what now? Like what do we because Spider-Man is like clear, which is like, oh, Doctor Strange is in it, and like all these things. But
yeah, it just feels like a movie that they're doing for the sake of doing a movie.
Yeah.
Or Black Widow. Like Black Widow. Black Widow's already fucking dead, bro. Like we don't really need a Black Widow movie. You know what
fucking
I mean?
dead.
like Black Widow's already dead. Like she's already gone. Like we didn't need like a story. And they just did a story of before she died. This is her last mission before Infinity War. You know, like I was like,
all right, cool. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm conscious of time. I mean, I had a really interesting conversation today. But we have a tradition on this podcast to share some music with you guys, just because it's a virtual music circle of some sorts. And Findi, do you have any songs for us? I'll go first, I guess. I'll give you some time. Yeah. But I really like this song. Oh, coincidentally, it's called I Really, Really Love You by Father's Children.
Father's Children.
Really good, man. It's like soul. It sounds really old school. I don't know what year it might be an actual old song, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, but it sounds like it at least. But there you go. Findi, do you have a song? Okay, before you answer, I'll just promote some other stuff. Okay, so we're also on Spotify. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all those podcasting streaming services, as well as YouTube if you like to watch us. Other than that, we're also on Discord. We listen to music sometimes there. We talk sometimes. There's a community out there, so come join us. It's a fun time, and it's good, man. Like if you're listening to it right now, thank you for listening. It's talk to us, DM us, comment if you want. Findi, do you have a song?
Yeah. It's called Henny by Dougie Stew.
Henny, Dougie Stew. Alrighty.
Henny.
Well, go listen to those songs. Go follow us on Instagram as well. Like I share some music sometimes, like every 2 days or so. So there's new music up there. And that's where we announce things too. So go follow us there primarily. Anyhow, thank you, Findi, for talking to me. Don't forget to subscribe and like this shit and go do all that.
Don't forget to wear protection.
Protection, chlamydia. All right.
Because it's not fun.
Not fun. All right. Bye-bye, guys.